What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Dustin Poirier provides update on UFC return. Dustin's gearing up for one last dance before riding off into the sunset, with Dana White telling media members this past weekend after the Fight Night card in Tampa that the UFC is working on his final fight. Dustin appeared on the Good Guy Bad Guy show this week to discuss the situation, giving fans an update on when they might see him in the new year.
I do, and me and the UFC are close on making it happen. Hopefully I'll have some news for you guys soon.
After Daniel Cormier said that Dustin kept getting taken down by Benoit Saint-Denis back at UFC 299, the American gangster was quick to jump in and remind his co-host that Poirier didn't keep getting taken down. He kept jumping the guillotine.
He never took me down once.
He kept shooting.
No, he never took me down once. I took myself down.
DC wasn't having it though, and he joked that regardless of whether or not Poirier was getting taken down, he was ending up on his back, which was basically the same thing. With tons of options for his final fight and discussions happening behind the scenes, it sounds like we'll wind up getting news on Poirier's next fight sooner rather than later. Jon Jones revealed his acting debut in a military movie. In the footage, Jon could be seen guiding a military squad while they're ambushing a building. He wrote on Instagram saying, "Man, what a humbling experience. Stepping into acting feels like a whole new game, and I'm ready to put in the work, just like I always have. I'm honored, I'm motivated, and I'm excited for what's ahead. This is only the beginning. The grind doesn't stop. Let's keep building something special. The future's looking real bright." Here's the clip.
And it's still hot, please.
Oh, it's hot. I'm hot.
Set. Effects are hot. Here we go. Ready and action.
In 3, 2, 1. Execute.
Stephen A. Smith sends a warning to Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor told fight fans that after losing a legal battle, he was getting back in the gym and focusing on his return. However, this week, McGregor blindsided fans by teasing an exhibition boxing match against Logan Paul rather than an MMA fight. The way Stephen A. Smith sees things, McGregor will be in for a rough night if he boxes with Logan Paul. During an episode of First Take, he weighed in. "I think Logan Paul is going to beat him. I don't think that Conor McGregor is a boxer. He's a striker. So he's sitting up there, he ain't even throwing his jab. He's pitter-pattering. You ain't clipping Logan Paul like that. You've got to do more than that. Unless it's pillows like 16 or 18 ounces, it ain't going to work. I just think that Logan Paul's bigger, he's a much bigger man, he's a more experienced boxer. Those big muscles are going to make you a bit slower, and you've got to remember that Conor had quickness. He could catch you quick and clip you. That's not going to be the case in the boxing ring." For his part, Paul poured fuel on the metaphorical fire, dropping a quote from the former champ while announcing his return to the WWE this week. "I am not here to take part, I'm here to take over. Your approval means nothing to me. Whether you love me, whether you hate me, I don't care because you're still watching, and you'll stay watching because you're a spectator and I'm a star." The way Daniel Cormier sees things, McGregor has to get back in the octagon again. During an interview with MMA Junkie on Wednesday, he weighed in on a potential McGregor-Paul exhibition. "I think he's going to fight in the octagon. I think he has to though. For Conor McGregor too, he has to rinse some of the stench off of him from everything that's happened outside of the octagon. Where he made his home is inside that cage, and I think at some point he's going to have to get back there." If an exhibition boxing match between the two does happen, it looks like Logan Paul will wind up being the favorite. Opening odds for the fight on betonline.ag had Paul as a -150 favorite and McGregor as a +120 underdog. Movsar Evloev sends a message to Ilia Topuria. Although Ilia Topuria might be planning to move up to lightweight, Movsar Evloev still has Ilia in his sights. After beating Aljamain Sterling on the UFC 310 card, Evloev knows that he's right on the brink of a title contention. Ilia is good when he's going forward. I'm not going to let him go forward with me, so I'll push him, make big pressure, and my head is strong. Even if he catches me, he's not going to knock me down. His coach or him said that he's moving up. I don't know. I don't care to be honest. So just give me my title. After his latest win, Evloev has no plans of waiting to see how things play out with the 145-pound title picture. I'm good. I feel amazing. So still waiting for news for next fight, but not yet. Nothing yet. So maybe next week they'll make something for me because I need to fight before Ramadan. So we have January, February, so we'll see. There's only a couple of names if it's not title shot, so it doesn't matter. The one fight fans want to see is a rematch between Evloev and Diego Lopez. If Ilia Topuria doesn't move up in weight and Alexander Volkanovski does get the next crack at the title, a rematch between the two could be a perfect title eliminator. Multiple Dana White Contender Series fighters suspended for PEDs. The Nevada State Athletic Commission's monthly meeting this week saw the commission hand out suspensions to 2 Dana White Contender Series fighters for failed drug tests, while extending another's temporary suspension. As we previously reported, Francesco Mazzio, Abdella Urrami, and Quamul Otani all had drug tests flagged for PEDs, with the NSAC handing out temporary suspensions until this week's monthly meeting. Now, according to MMA Junkie, the commission has handed out suspensions, with Francesco Mazzio given a 9-month suspension, backdated to the date of his failed drug test on June 23rd, as well as a fine. Abdella Urrami wound up with a fine and 9-month suspension as well, that was backdated to his June 30th test. Last but certainly not least, Quamul Otani, who didn't actually wind up fighting on the Contender Series after pulling out of his fight literally hours before walking out, wound up having his temporary suspension extended. When the commission has its monthly meeting next month, they'll likely hand out an official suspension. Colby Covington goes off on Jon Jones. Colby Covington took some shots at Jon Jones leading up to his fight with Joaquin Buckley this past weekend. After the ringside physician called off the fight because of a cut on Covington's eyebrow, Jones was quick to take aim at the former interim champ on social media, writing, "Big shout out to Colby Covington for skipping training to get President Trump ready. We all appreciate the sacrifice. At least he got to see me win." In the wake of his loss to Buckley, and his loss at the World Series of Poker tournament this week, Covington wound up going off on Jones in a video reposted by the Happy Punch account.
Thoughts on Jones talking about me? Yeah, of course he's talking about me, dude. He wishes he looked like me. He wishes he had these kind of looks and was this beautiful and had this much respect. He has no respect. He lost all his respect when he started doing and hitting pregnant ladies. So, you know, there's nothing to respect about Jon. He's cheated his whole career. He's cheated on his wife. He's cheated on his taxes. So he's a terrible person. Of course you talk about a saint and someone, you know, who's a law-abiding citizen like myself. You know, someone that stands for law and order, someone that stands for the military, the troops, the Trumps. So, Jon Jones, he's nothing.
On the flip side, since his original post about Covington's L in Tampa, Jon Jones has responded to a few different fans who replied to his original post, cracking jokes about Covington's quote, getting his ass whooped, while joking about how much fun it is watching someone he hates fail repeatedly. Even though Colby's fallen to 9th in the official rankings and is coming off back-to-back losses, after his loss to Buckley, he said that his best is yet to come. Kai Kara-France goes off against Manel Kape. There's certainly no love lost between Manel Kape and Kai Kara-France, despite the fact that it's been over a year now since their 2023 fight fell through. After Kape's win in Tampa this past weekend, he took aim at Kai's teammates like Israel Adesanya during his Octagon interview, opening the door to a potential rebooking. During an appearance on the Ariel Helwani show this week, Kai Kara-France fired back at Kape, joking that he's all bark and no bite. While a fight between the two seems to be a long time coming, Kai revealed that his focus is on getting a title fight instead of settling things with Starboy.
He still needs to be humbled, so I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. I'm worried about a title fight. That's what I'm looking at. You know, when I win the belt and he's still winning, or if he's doing well in his career, we might meet later on down the track. But for now, he's all just talk. A lot of bark, no bite. And one day we will fight. It will happen. But for now, I'm worried about a title fight. So that's all my energy's into is Pantoja. I'm bringing the belt back to New Zealand, back to Aotearoa, New Zealand, and that's what I'm putting my energy into.
Considering both guys are coming off wins, Alejandro Pantoja is fresh off a title defense to wrap up the year, and the UFC is heading to Australia for the UFC 312 card. It sounds like fans want Kai Kara-France and Manel Kape to throw down in a title eliminator to settle things. On top of that, considering Kai is ranked 4th and Manel Kape is now ranked 6th at 125, a fight between the two definitely makes sense when it comes to the rankings. Tyron Woodley talks about the last time training with Colby Covington. Way back in 2014, before Tyron fought Rory McDonald at UFC 174, he brought in Colby Covington, who had also trained at American Top Team, to help him in training camp. Instead of the two training together and hanging out like teammates often do, Covington felt like he was there so Woodley could beat him up and build up his confidence. The situation wound up creating a rift between the two that lasted all the way through their fight back in 2020. During an appearance on the Ariel Helwani show this week, Woodley opened up on the last training session the two ever had together. I told Colby the last day that he trained with me, I said, "Colby, you a and I said, today, if you act like you're getting out of an armbar, or if you don't submit to a choke, or if you get mad that I took you down and have an attitude when I'm a 2-time All-American Hall of Fame wrestler, like I'm not supposed to take you down, if you run for me, I'm going to break your arm today, and I'm going to choke you out. I'm going to knock you out. If you run for me and you run off that mat like you've been doing all camp, I'm going to follow you on the carpet, and I'm going to commence beating your ass. We got that clear?" He said yeah, and we sparred, and he left the next day. While Tyron Woodley hasn't competed in MMA since 2021 and hasn't won a fight since 2018, he confirmed that he's all in on the new Global Fight League GFL promotion. I like that the OGs get paid, man. Like, getting boxing money in MMA, it's a whole flex, and I'm just excited to be part of the new wave. I've been wanting to get back into MMA. I really just kind of like put it on pause. I kind of ghosted it for a minute, and it never really ghosted me when I needed it. So I've been making this journey back, and it was a good opportunity. It has some Ric Flair drip with the digits on the payout, and it made sense for me. The promotion is set to launch in April with a massive roster that's generated some controversy. However, it sounds like the chosen one is all in. Colby Covington goes off and sends a warning to Gilbert Burns after Burns leaked Chael Sonnen's number. Colby then called out Burns to a fight inside the octagon, claiming that he'll get justice for Chael. Here's what Colby had to say.
Thoughts on Gilbert leaking Charles's number? Man, that's disgusting, man. That's despicable. That's not right, man. That's really messed up. Now he's getting, tons of people calling him with stupid, saying stupid pranks, and it's a security concern. So, Gilbert, that was just very immature. What are we in high school, dude? Like, be a grown man, dude. You have kids, you have a family. Why would you do that to another family man? So, that's really messed up that Gilbert did that to Uncle Chael. I said, hey, Uncle Chael, if you want me to handle that inside the octagon, I will get justice for us. I will get justice on Gilbert's face. I will make sure he never shows his face in America ever again because how badly I beat him.